wonderful introduction. And good afternoon, friends. First of all, my primary thanks to Pravina and Circle of Success for giving me this opportunity to connect with a new set of audience. எனக்கு வந்து ரெண்டு விஷயம் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். ஒன்று வந்து காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட பேசுறது, இன்னொன்று வந்து புது ஆண்டர்பிரனர்ஸு புதுசாக வந்து அதாவது வந்து இந்த தொழில் முனைவோர்கள் இந்த மாதிரி பார்க்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி வரவங்களை பார்த்து அவங்களோட பேசணுன்றது எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். நான் வந்து பிஎஸ்சியாக தான் நான் வந்து நியூட்ரிஷன் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டை செலக்ட் பண்ணேன். அங்கே போய் பார்த்தா தான் தெரிஞ்சது எங்கள் கிளாஸ் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸை விட எங்கள் டீச்சர்லாம் என்ன ரொம்ப சூப்பராக இருந்தாங்க. நாங்கள் வந்து ஒரு குரூப் ஆஃப் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் டெய்லி வந்து காலேஜுக்கு போவோம், ஆனால் கிளாஸுக்கு போக மாட்டோம். இப்படி ஒரு குரூப். ஒரு நாள் வந்து ஃப்ரெண்டு சொன்னார், யாரோ எம்எஸ் உதயமூர்த்தின்னு ஒருத்தர் ஆடிட்டோரியத்தில் வந்து பேசுகிறாராமா, அவர் போய் என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னு கேட்கலாமா அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. யார் அந்த உதயமூர்த்தி பார்க்கலாமான்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஐ வாக்ட் இன்டு தி ஆடிட்டோரியம் அண்ட் ஐ ரியலைஸ்ட் இட் ஹேப்பன் டு பி a காந்தி ஜெயந்தி டே. எனக்கு இந்த காந்தினாவே ஆகாது. I thought Gandhi was the reason for India-Pakistan partition. Had India and Pakistan were to be together, this Wasim Akram and Sachin Tendulkar will play cricket together and we can win the World Cup. I was not interested in this Hindu-Muslim unity, India-Pakistan unity. That and all is not my cup of tea. I was only thinking, what can I do to make the Indian cricket team win the World Cup? I presumed Gandhi was the reason, so I did not like him. Obviously, this Udayamurthy was talking about Gandhi only. He said, how do we Indians celebrate the Gandhi Jayanti day? We put the Indian national flag on our chest, hoist the Indian national flag, distribute sweets and chocolates, say Mere Bharat Mahan, Jai Hind. After that, we all go home and watch TV. That is the Indian way of celebrating the Gandhi Jayanti day. We think he is a Mahatma and we are an ordinary Atma. There is no connection between us excepting in 2000 rupees and 500 rupees notes. There is a Gandhi portrait in American Parliament, Washington DC, American Congress. Below the portrait, it is not written M.K. Gandhi 1869 to 1948. It is not written Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation India. It is written, a single man can make a difference. Look at how Americans are looking at Gandhi and drawing inspiration, and how are we looking at Gandhi and distancing ourselves. There lies an answer for us. And that is the one line I got from my college. And that one line is enough to live my life. I am not asking you to put Gandhi picture. I am asking you to put your picture. And below that write, one man can make a difference. One woman can make a difference. And watch your picture daily. Soon your life will become legendary. If you have more time, don't miss Gandhi's wonderful autobiography, My Experiment with Truth, Satya Sodhanai. And the book வந்து மறக்காம படிங்க. It can change lives. You know why it works? Why did I ask to put your picture? Our mind is made up of conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind is 1/8. Subconscious mind is 7/8. Conscious mind is, this is a girl, this is a boy, this is blue color, this is green color, this is a car, this is a bike. That's called conscious mind in action. Subconscious mind is, the first thing you all did today morning is, you took the brush, put the paste and started brushing. You don't even have to think which hand to hold the brush, how much space to take and how long to brush. Because today brushing has become a subconscious activity. What we do again and again and again will become a subconscious activity. What we see again and again will become a subconscious activity. What we think again and again will become a subconscious activity. That is why when you put your picture and below that write, one man can make a difference or one woman can make a difference. First time the conscious mind will say, no, it will not work for me. It may work for Mahatma Gandhi and Mother Teresa, it will not work for me. But soon the 7 times more powerful subconscious mind will take over and the legendary life will emerge. So first thing I want to suggest to all of you is to put your picture and below that write, one man can make a difference and one woman can make a difference, and believe that person is you. The second point I want to speak about is, our generation we have not seen Gandhi. The Gandhi we have seen is Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam's life is a special life, it's a legendary life. It's a complete life. Abdul Kalam's death is also very special. He died what he loved doing the most, which is talking to the students. First time when we heard Kalam's death, we all felt very sad. Usually when a political leader dies, we all will feel very happy because next day is holiday. Whereas when Kalam's death message came, we all felt as if we have lost a dear friend or a family member. That is the kind of connect he has managed to establish. While the earth could have lost a great warrior, heaven couldn't have gotten a better angel. That's called a legendary life. That's called a complete life. Two of the quotes of Kalam's are very special to me. One is, your entry into this world can go unnoticed. Your exit should not be. உன்னுடைய பிறப்பு ஒரு சம்பவமாக இருக்கலாம், இறப்பு ஒரு சரித்திரமாக இருக்க வேண்டும். It's not, there is two ways to live life. One is one day 365 times. Another is 365 different days. The first one is called existing. Second one is called living. Same breakfast, same method of dressing, same way to office, same office colleagues, same lunch box, same kind of friends, same way back to home, same television, same family members, same bed and same sleep. Are you living? Are you existing? Can you do one thing differently every day? Can you meet a new friend? Can you read a new book? Can you go to a new restaurant? Can you take a new picture? Can you dress differently? Can you think a new thought? Can you do one thing differently every day? Ask this powerful question. When is the last time you did something for the first time? If you can get an answer for that, your life will open up. The great tragedy of life is not death. The great tragedy of life is what you allow to die inside of you every single day. When you die and when you meet your Creator, you should have the audacity to tell the Creator, hey Creator, my plate is empty. I have used all the potential and all the talent you have given me. If you can tell like that, the Creator will consider the creation to be awesome. That's called a legendary life. The second quote of mine, which is of Kalam, which is very special to me, is India doesn't require job seekers. India requires job providers. India requires entrepreneurs. The first entrepreneur I met, obviously, is my father. I am from a small town called Kadalur near Pondicherry. In a large family, I have 3 brothers, 2 sisters. My father's primary business used to buy pharma products in bulk, put it in small packets and distribute to medical shops. Along the way, he tried some 100-odd businesses, and one day he was traveling to Singapore and he had a Ecolab suitcase. In the suitcase was a Tata bottle shampoo. Fortunately for us and unfortunately for him, the bottle broke. Instead of blaming, his entire dress was soiled. Instead of blaming the Tata bottle maker or the suitcase maker, he said, hey, here is a problem. Can I convert the problem into an opportunity? He was packing pharma products in bulk, putting it in small packets and distributing to medical shop. Can I also pack it in small packets and give it and make it as a traveler's pack? And he packed the India's first sachet shampoo and called it Velvet and launched it to the market. Last decade, India Today came out with an article about 50 revolutions which changed India after independence, and my father's sachet innovation was number 8 in that. That was one of the most gratifying moments for us. So he was the first inspiration and first entrepreneur I have met in my life. The second entrepreneur I want to speak about is this guy called Jack Ma. Jack Ma is not an entrepreneur in the beginning. He was an English translator. When he was in China, he was a part of the Chinese business delegation. He was not selling any product, he was not making any services. He was part of the delegation as a translator because he knows Chinese and English, Mandarin and English. When the world business delegation comes to China also, he is part of the Chinese delegation. So it was going on like that, but what he realized was Chinese make some wonderful product, but they are not trustworthy. Because of that, the world is not willing to buy their product and the business is not really happening. And he told his friend in America, I don't know how to solve, but this is the problem. I feel he is responsible for China not really opening up. And his friend called, it was mid-90s, his friend called from America. He told, hey, come to America, something interesting is happening. Something called internet has come. And this may what you call probably give the solution what you are chasing. And he went to America and his friend took him to a computer room. Those days computer used to be in one AC room. And you have to enter the computer room as if you are entering one temple only. You have to leave the shoes, get into the computer room. He sits before the computer and his friend says, whatever question you want to ask the computer, computer will answer. He types pizza, 10,58,950 results. He was shocked. Then he typed China, enter, 0 results. He came to China, called his 24 friends, told them that there is something called internet has come. The world can do business with China. China can do business with the world. Let us start a .com company. We can do a fortune. He spoke for 2 hours. End of 2 hours, 23 of them told, all this is fine. This may work in America. This will not work in China. One person told, I don't know whether it will work or not, but I like your passion. I will invest with you. Thus was found in a one-room apartment in Gonzo, Alibaba Corporation, which is today world number 2 corporation. And that's how the beginning of the Jack Ma's business. And Jack Ma has got something very interesting to say. He says, below 20, be a good student. Wherever you are studying, study well, but identify your +1. He says, just studying subject is not sufficient. Identify your +1. College and school is the place to identify. Srimati was just saying that kids put together is identify that +1, and that is what has made them very special. Identify your +1. It may be singing, it can be dancing, it can be music, it can be a sport, it may be speaking. Identify your +1 in the school and college. Don't just go there and get marks and come. The gold medalist and first rank holders will not shine in life. The world belongs only to backbenchers and all average students. So the identify your +1, that's what he was saying. And he says between 20 and 30, please don't join big companies. Already this education system has only tested your memory skill. Okay, it has never tested your creativity or your intelligence. What is the typical, if you ask the question to your teacher, the teacher will say go out of the class. And there are how many states in the country? 29 states. How are the country divided into states? Nobody knows. Because this kind of question you should not ask. You should ask how Aurangzeb empire, you can draw the picture. What is the point in knowing that? There is no point. I think we need to encourage students to test their imagination and creativity. Actually the school and college curriculum kills that. Already 20 years has gone like that, and here you are coming to real life and you join this ICICI, Infosys, Wipro, all these big companies, tamasha companies. Okay? And right from the time the bus will pick you up to what is the breakfast for the day, what is your KRA, what is your team members, what is the lunch for the day, what time the bus will pick you up, what time it will drop you, everything is programmed. You can't even make one mistake. Already you have lived 20 years without making any mistake. Another 10 years you are living not making any mistake. By the year 30 they will give you one pink slip. Today artificial intelligence has come, machine learning has come, deep learning has come, blockchain has come. All this regular work will go off. By the age 30 they will give you one pink slip. You will not even know how to get back home. Because the bus won't take you. Please join small companies. Make a lot of mistakes. See what is a dream. See what is a passion. See how a teamwork works. See failure. See, that is how you can learn real life. The unfortunate problem is all these people are getting into this, and that is where they are getting stuck. So I want all of you to understand that work for small companies, and that is where the life will be very good. May I take this opportunity to welcome our friend and Honorable Minister, Pandiarajan sir is coming.
Dear friends, such a pleasure to be addressing you today in this success seminar. As I understand, you've been. How many of you are actually running a business? Raise your hands in this. Oh, almost 90%. How many of you are working for someone else? Okay. All right. Okay. of success, I was quite. How many of you can't follow Tamil? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, there are some. All right, okay. I just went through the whole concept of this business conference, which was done with a bit of a difference. I've seen many business conferences, but to look at business in a holistic manner, success in a holistic manner is what I see as a difference in this conference. So I'd like to spend a few minutes in a way responding to some of the questions that I had when I started as an entrepreneur. The kind of learnings, the gist of the learnings what I had, I'd like to share with you in about 20-25 minutes. I'd like to see if there are questions which you are wrestling with, which I'd like to answer in the next 10-15 minutes. Okay, is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So, you have a question. Get up. No, you don't. You seem to be wanting a question first. Okay. You see, when people look at entrepreneurship, the nature of entrepreneurship in India, when maybe my father's generation or even my generation when I started, I think it's very different from what you have currently. You know, the stark realization happened for me in 2000. You know, as I'm sure the lady introduced about me, I was first generation entrepreneur from a small little village, South Tamil Nadu near Shivakasi, as they used to call. I used to have a professor in XLRA. He always used to say, "You're from, I am from the land." He was called Mr. C.G.K. Nayak. He used to always introduce himself and say, "I am from the land of coconuts and other nuts. You're from the land of crackers and other cracks." Is what he used to always start his lecture session. So, I'm from Shivakasi, nearby, a village near Shivakasi, and I used to, at that time, my father used to be a worker in a match factory and all that. So, grew up the hard way, passed away, father passed away when I was 3 months old, largely a child of the society, and I say, grew up into do engineering and do my XLR in Jamshedpur. It was quite an interesting journey. I'm working for about 9 years for 2 companies, a multinational in the cryogenic industry and a multinational in the engineering industry. So after that, we started the company, my wife and I, and at that time, all that was driving us. We wanted to be the most respected HR service player in the world, driven along values of growth, transparency, diversity, and professionalism. This is what we said to ourselves. And we had only 60,000 rupees at that time, but we wanted to create $1 billion company. That's what we said to ourselves at that time. So it was a journey of some distance. When 2000 came, my wife Lata and I went to a program called Eisenhower Fellowship. We went there to study. When we were a 10 crore company with a PAT of around 50 lakhs, which is what we were at that time, after 8 years of starting up. And when we went there, my eyes got opened to the meaning of 3 phrases. The first phrase, first word is called value. The second phrase is venture capital, and the third is business model. The traditional business that we were running, a placement agency business, we believed that it could be transformed. and we believe that it must be transformed. The kind of images associated with placement consulting or placement agency, which in some way technologically got transformed through the dot-com innovation. We believe that, we knew the meaning intuitively of these three phrases before anyone else. At that point in time, we understood what C.K. Prahalad at that time had written a very nice article in Harvard Business Review on the idea of value. Value, according to his definition, equal to scale, scope and depth. Scale of business. Scope, what all you do in the business, and depth, which he defined with three parameters: management bandwidth, financial base, and intellectual property rights that the business owns. So it was something which deeply touched me, this idea of value. And that was also the time when huge, unrealistic valuations were being spoken about. Your Hotmail.com valuation for a company of hardly 1.5 crore turnover and a loss of 50 lakhs plus, getting sold for 1,000 crores plus. Some of these magical news was there all over the place, and we also went to the new business model and took the venture capital at that point in time. That's almost 19 years back, but I remember the palpable anxiety and excitement in the mind of entrepreneurs who all started these three buzzwords, started chanting these buzzwords as something very new at that time, the new economy. Worldwide people were talking of the new world economic order, and there was very, even in the literature which got published at that time, there were very, different kind of things which were getting put up. Like for instance, The World is Flat was an important book which came around that time. There are at least 100 books which have followed that, which ask the question, is the world really flat or it's not flat? Okay, and the gist of that book was that the world has changed. It's almost like overnight the world is elliptical, has turned flat. The many levelers of the world, 10 levelers of the world, which has changed the world from the entrepreneurship point of view, where if you have a scale and one pan is wealth, another pan is ideas. The pan which has ideas has gone down and the pan carrying wealth has gone up. You don't have to have your own money to invest and start a business kind of ideas, which started phenomenally. They were really growing like anything at that point in time. So that time when my business got transformed, our business got transformed, we started looking at many new business models. And I think then we were the first company to cross 10 crore in this highly fragmented industry. We were the first to cross 100 crores. We were the first to cross 1,000 crores. We were the first public limited in this industry. But to me, after that, of course, 2010, we sold the business, bought the brand back, had a cooling off period, restarted recruitment and staffing under the name of CL. We were also one of the first to franchise HR services, like my good friend CKK, who must have given you a lot of insights from the natural story, which is one of the first professional franchising organizations called the Business Partners, I think. So, like that, we also did, maybe 10 years earlier, the idea of franchising in HR services, which worldwide was seen as a failure model. But in India, we made that to be success. Because in my view, if a FMCG company or a consumer durable company could do a business partner model, where a large portion of their business passes through these so-called channel partners, and this is again something which has been transforming over many years. What the idea of franchisee to the idea of a channel partner. To me, it was an idea waiting to be exploited. We did that, and we could, in the first phase, move to 142 locations, which gave us depth of access to the whole country, with which we could win mandates from blue-blooded multinationals like Unilever or P&G or any of them who wanted people to be based in the nook and corner of the country. So it was very helpful for them to have office spread of a certain kind. And then we took the same idea overseas. We were in 14 countries and things like that. So I think there are many things which have happened in this period of 18 years that we ran the business in phase 1. This phase 2, of course, we went into strategy consulting and analytics and research. And of course, we went into recruitment and staffing again. So that's briefly the business story of mine. But if, as Pravina has asked me to do, you're the holistic life coach, the kind of meanings I had in this 18 years of entrepreneurial journey and another 9 years of working for someone, after which, of course, I came into politics. Politics has been about 9 years. In my view, politics is the ultimate entrepreneurship, where all the lessons of entrepreneurship that you could deploy into politics. In many sense, I think working with limited resources or innovating within the span that you have, asking questions of the established values, where you live your values but in an ambience of a certain kind, your party, boundaries of that kind, and of course the idea of leadership. Many of it, I think there's a huge transference between entrepreneurship and political universe in my view. So coming back to the idea of the circle of success, the concept, whatever Pravina has curated this entire day's program. In my view, success in business, in entrepreneurship, is like a dance between these three points. The first point is scale, scope, and depth. Exactly like the way, I've seen many entrepreneurs who have failed. Most of them who have failed have not managed the balance between scale, scope, and depth correctly. Often they've been blind to the fact that with every dynamic step that you take, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, the balance between these three forces change. You have scale of a certain kind with the same level of scope. Your depth goes for a 6. Okay, you need to find ways of infusing more depth. It could be financial depth, it could be management bandwidth, it could be thinking through to generate intellectual property in your businesses. Because intellectual property is the one which gives you quantum leaps in terms of valuations, in terms of any of those things. Often people make the mistake of being excessively in action and losing the time to reflect. Though often in the entrepreneurial pursuit, most entrepreneurs tend to become very lonely very early. So lonely that their reflection often becomes a preoccupation. It doesn't become a very constructive, creative journey. It often becomes a preoccupation. And then you start working like a robot in terms of doing the same thing again and again and again. And you have very little time to, as Milton says, to stand and stay. They also say, who stand and stay. Poetry can often teach great management lessons. In my view, in my experience, there are many moments when insights, entrepreneurs don't allow them to let the insights bubble up their minds because they're so preoccupied. So they are so repetitive in what they do. So one of the first lessons I learned is to have periodic phases of collective reflection. We called it institutional needs. Initially we used to do it once in 3 months. all the key people sit together. We were only 7 of us in 1994 when we first did the institutional meet. When the last institutional meet I did in around 2009, we had a room full of 300 people who were part of the institutional meet. Because by the time the company had grown to 72,000 people strong. So we had this very religiously, assiduously, every year, do an institutional meet where it's purely dedicated to reflection on how far we've gone on our mission, what kind of changes are happening around us, and what kind of relationships are getting built among the core people, who are the core people, who are the people who bear the building of Mawfa, who are the pillars which hold together the building of Mawfa. And it's really focused on relooking at the structure, systems, strategies, and processes to align ourselves with the vision. And anybody can ask a question. It's done in a very process model, as they call. And it's a very creative, it's a collective space for creative reflection, which is what we've created there. In my view, entrepreneurs, as they go in their growth journey, need to give themselves spaces for reflections, spaces for asking questions of themselves, allowing the space for recalibration. This is one lesson which I learned, which I'd like to present to you. The second is constantly keeping your emotional well-being alive. As they say, many entrepreneurs, the recent Central Statistical Organization data talks about the number of suicides, among different categories. The category which has the highest percentage of suicides, guess who? It's the entrepreneur. It's not the student, it's not the lone characters, it's the entrepreneurs. Because in India, the kind of psychological background an entrepreneur comes with, and the drivers that an entrepreneur has, often you drive yourself in a situation. Even Siddharth, Siddharth is only an extension of many entrepreneurs who commit suicides. I'm making a very calibrated statement, but I've experienced many of them. Even Siddharth, I had known him through the YPO circuit or whatever, which I'm a part of. And the kind of intense processes which get unleashed in an entrepreneur's life. Okay, now the bankruptcy law is there, government is trying to make, like California, where losing is seen as a badge of honor to get up and walk again with your head held high. But I think we have miles to go in terms of providing support mechanisms to entrepreneurs. You need to create your own support mechanism in those moments. Because here an entrepreneur makes commitments. An entrepreneur, holds the responsibility for a host of people. In this case of Siddharth, see the multiple number of people he had made commitment to. And often the stress of not being able to see what's coming, and especially when in Siddharth's case where politics and business had come together, the kind of stresses that he must have had. Of course, there is also an angle of family here, in this case where his wife and the relationship that he had with her and all kinds of complications. In a way, the framework of circle of success that Ravina has put out, I really feel you could use to analyze this case, whether it's the physical part, the intellectual part, the emotional part, the financial part, social part, spiritual part, all of it coming together in that moment of stress. For an entrepreneur, how often do you see, almost every second you will see one entrepreneur committing suicide with his family? In Tamil Nadu it's very common, especially the financial services industry has been very prone to that. And of course, many industries where there's a high level of indebtedness which the person has, and the conscience plus inability to see things outside, plus inability to give one a reflective space and a absence of a support system creates this disaster. In my view, when Modi says that entrepreneurs, or what he calls as wealth creators, or the new soldiers of independent India in his address in the last Independence Day, I was asking myself, in the sense, the kind of soldier identity that all of us take as entrepreneurs, where is it led us to? In some sense, we need to have the soldier identity balanced with the monk identity, the identity of a monk who has a reasonable degree of detachment from your pursuit. You know, the soldier identity is something where I'm there to kill, live, or die. I'm going to be there achieving my mission, kind of a thing. So my honest submission to you is, can you be a soldier and be a monk? That's my invitation to do. So to me, the circle of success, what our lady is putting together, in the circle of success, can you hold the spiritual component of yourself, spiritual, not religious, but some conversation with the deepest spirit that drives you, some engagement with the spirit within. Can you found your institution on the bedrock of your own spirit and not on a host of other parameters? And then you will be able to take a failure on your stride and not internalize onto it or take it on as part of your identity. I am a failure, rather than saying my business is a failure. I will fall and I will get up and rise and not take excessive ownership of success or failure, which is what the monk mindset, as I call. The monk mindset of Statapragyan, as this Gita says. Statapragyan means someone who is as firm as rock, not touched by success or failure, crudely put. But that part of existence we will need to start moving towards. And don't get excessively hooked on to the macho hero identity of an entrepreneur. There are as many forces outside you which will determine whether you will succeed or fail as the internal forces that you generate for yourself. That humility to accept that, okay, this is God's will, kind of a stance that the spiritually inclined may say. But at least have the humility and the realism to accept that there are far more forces around you which will determine. If MAFA had done well and valued excellently by the investors at some point in time, the credit is as much to the 278 classmates and friends of mine who put in very small equity, 3,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees in the beginning. What is proudly now called as crowdsourcing is what we attempted, but we did that over 6-7 years. And it's as much attributable to those friends of mine and Lata as it is to the large venture capitalist, the third richest Indian in the world, Apur Bakri, who put in his money there, or many others, or the third largest bank in India, the Canara Bank, which put in some money. As much as it is to the forces around us which got unleashed during the time, the forces of LPG, the liberalization, privatization, globalization model that got unleashed in 1992 when the company of MAFA was born, or later when the kind of discontinuities in the market, many markets, the financial services market, the media and entertainment market, all of those provided opportunities for the deputation business that we brought in at the right time. Okay, now it's quite possible that the .com, when they entered, when the internet penetration was hardly 1.5% in this country, we were ahead of our time by about 4-5 years, which is when Naukri was born, and they were timing it right, so they became a 10,000 crore company valuation, at some point. Then we had to pull out of the .com, roll over and come into other aspects of the business. Okay, so there's as much outside you which will determine whether you will fail or not, as much which is within you. Okay, Vivekananda ji may say all success and failure is due to yourself, you and only you matter. He said that in a particular context. I'm saying the converse of it, but I would like you to say that, I'd like you to believe this experiential reality that if you attach yourself to the fruits of your success, you would have deeper trouble. You have deeper trouble when you fall, you attribute the fall only to yourself. In my view, hold your success in detachment. Hold your success in grace. Hold your failure in grace. Holding in grace in dance means that you are at one level. The great dancers, I remember one of the things I inaugurated right in this place, where Padma Subramaniam said something like excellence second. She said, if you're dancing here, you have to be here and there simultaneously. You have to have the eyes of the person who sits and listens, sees you, and you have to have the eyes from here. There has to be a simultaneity of self and the audience. You need to have the two, both the eyes. An entrepreneur, in some sense, have to be like that. That's why I said business is like a dance between these 3 points, scale, scope, and depth. This is like a dancer you need to be, where you are at some point within yourself, be anchored, but at the same time, understand that many of your successes are influenced hugely by what happens around you. For whom, like your master Kamala Hassan says at one point, he calls it chaos theory, and a butterfly flapping her wings in the forests of Brazil and causing a torrential rain in Japan. There is an interconnection, as he very artistically wove the entire theme of Dasavatara, the movie. It's very true, and I think you need to have the humility to accept that. You start with this philosophical premise, many things in my view will fall in place. So be an entrepreneur who at one level is a soldier and is a monk, and on that piece of wisdom, whatever I glean, I like to invite questions. Thank you for the opportunity.